You can grant access to your apps either by logging in or by authenticating with your biometrics, and that's what we'll be looking at today. So open up your code editor, your box.html file, add the local auth dependency, add the biometrics permission in your Android manifest, and your main activity.kt, change the Flutter activity to Flutter fragment activity. And that's all you need for the setup. Let's get started. Create a new file called authservice.dat and create a class called authservice. Initialize your local authentication, which is imported from the local auth, and make it final. Create a function called authenticate with biometrics, and inside here you have a variable called is authenticated. So have local authentication.authenticate, and here the localized reason is just will be shown to the users on why you want them to authenticate. So here we just have unlock to access app. You can customize your authentication with these authentication options. We have the use error dialog, which just means that if the authentication method is not found or there is an error, the phone should undo the error if it can. So we set this to true. The sticky auth, which means that if you're authenticating and you leave the app, it should continue the authentication process instead of just throwing an error. And then the biometrics only, which is that if you just want to use your face ID or your fingerprint, you set it to true. If you also want to use other authentication method like PIN and password, you set it to false. And then in our main.dat here, we have a floating action button with an unpressed, and the shadow should be an icon, the lock icon. So here you initialize your authservice class, and then in the unpressed you have a variable called is authenticated to. You can call it anything you want to call it, and then you have authentication service dot authenticate with biometrics. And here check, you can see the screen is going blank because we can't show the authentication process, but you can either use your fingerprint or your face ID. Now if you want to do something when the user has been authenticated, you can do this by saying if it is authenticated. Right here I'm saying that you should navigate to another page, and don't forget this is an asynchronous function, so have your async and await here. And that is how you can authenticate your app with your biometrics. If you enjoyed this, kindly check my other videos in the link below, and I'll see you in the next lesson, guys.